Today we're going to be talking about PK Subban, his slash on Mark Stone, the big comeback in Chicago, all that and more, and in the crease with Tommy C. Come on! Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to In the Crease. It's Tommy C. I'm here with the one and only Chicago Dead-Eye Dave, who's very happy. And had you not waited till the next day to check the whole thing out, because of course we're in Europe over here, you would have saw a very flat Chicago team. We'll be getting that in a little bit. I definitely want to get into the biggest story of the night thus far, that being none other than the quick dispatchment of PK Subban and the first round over there, and I'm sorry, the first period of game one of the playoffs, which is sure to be an epic, hands down. It's going to be completely and totally.
The Warriors of Christ came to play.
Yes, they sure did. And look, I think basically sticking to the PK Subban thing, getting onto the PK Subban thing about the slash. I was watching the game when the slash took place. Don't everybody freak out when I say this, all right? I did think Stone was selling. Now, it is reviewed that he has a fracture.
Microfracture.
Exactly. Microfracture can be anything. I'm not saying it wasn't painful. I did think he was selling. Now, there's another report. PK threatened to do it before he did it.
Yes. Twice.
And it was certainly a penalty. No one's going to say that. But I did get the feeling that Stone was selling, and I think he got a 5-minute major out of it. There's another side to that. Both players were out of control, and I think what the refs did, who let the game get out of control and did a horrible job, on my own view, by most of the papers around the world today, I think what they did to PK is they made an example of him. I think what happened was he was the first guy that got caught doing something blatant, and the refs sent a message home. That's what I thought they did, because they themselves put themselves in a position like that by letting so much other stuff go on both sides. I don't think they were picking on PK, but they did make an example.
They probably should have got him a little bit earlier, because he tried to slash him twice on faceoffs.
Oh, did he really?
Twice, and one connected. But that two-hander you can't let go. You can't let go of two-can slash.
Exactly. And by the way, when I was a kid, the slashing, this is the stuff that got you suspended for a couple games. And that's another thing. He's not getting suspended.
He's not.
He probably should get suspended.
And they might sit him again. If this is regular season, they probably sit him a game.
Yeah,
probably. If this is regular season, but it's the playoffs. You don't sit him for that.
But I don't buy, because Kazar said in the chat, and he's very emotional right now.
Oh no, not a Muslim emotional.
Too emotional. You know what happens then,
No.
That's what happens. So anyway, I don't think they were picking on PK. They definitely made an example of him. The refs shouldn't have let it get out of control. The players on both teams needed to stay in control. That being said, I got to be honest with you, when refs have bad games, it's usually a better hockey game. There's more controversies. There's more things going on. It was an exciting hockey game that Montreal was basically able to hang on and win. And then you see Carey Price and Andrew Hammond, who's been pistol hot, get shelled like they did. Also, right off the bat, the first goal was by the Habs. Markov actually put it in his own net. I mean, this is a circus. PK gets chucked. Habs run the damn puck down the other end, get a shorty. At the end, there was enough time in the damn 5-minute major for them for the Habs to tie it up. This game was perfectly epic.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. And you're right, though. The players were out of control early in the game. And you can blame the officiating if you want, but I'm going to turn the focus on someone else. The two coaches, that's their job. You've got to control the emotions of your team. Strategy, emotions, motivation. That is what you do.
It's game one.
And you've got to settle your team down.
It's game one.
Have to.
You know, I can see why PK. I'm not saying PK doesn't have a right to be upset here. He had a heart attack when.
He did.
He had a heart attack when they brought Stone in, and I would have been pissed too because it looked like he was selling.
Yeah.
Now,
Don't let your children read PK's lips, kids.
A microfracture can be anything. I get a microfracture punch in the ground right now if I wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm not totally buying this. And I think what happened, if I had to guess, here's my tinfoil dick. I think what happened was It looked awful that he went back on the ice, and they went to the doctor. They looked for anything. It's a fracture, micro fracture. And it could have been how long? Now, a micro fracture. Sometimes you don't even notice them. It could be a fracture from 10 games ago.
It could be.
I did not buy his side. Immediately, I thought of it. But that being said, two-handers are unacceptable, and I wouldn't have a damn problem. I know this is very complicated. I would not have a problem if PK got suspended. None. Zero. Zip. Right? None. Yeah. None. Because what he did was out of control. And even if Stone was selling, you can't.
But you don't agree with him chucking him from the game.
You could ruin somebody's career. You could ruin somebody's life. You could. Sure. I mean, you could kill somebody. I mean, there's no excuse for it. And if he was threatening, well, he got what he deserved. And maybe the ref heard that and maybe put the stamp on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, guess what? Oh, geez, you never believe this. Doc Emmerich's calling. You believe that?
Doc Emmerich.
Doc Emmerich, you're on the air.
Henry locked it ahead. It got on to Kovalchuk, and Kovalchuk a shot that's carefully played away by Lundqvist. Now Ponikarovsky with it.
Could have made it shorter.
Block there. Scramble for it there. They pop the way at it. Still it's loose. Popped out by Kovalchuk. They score! And
Yeah. It's over, all right.
Yeah, it's over, all right.
Yeah, it's over. Henrique, it's over.
He spent all day writing that?
I don't know.
The hell?
He wants to bust my balls because he's a Devils fan. This is not the first time. We're putting he's putting Devils up because he yelled at me. I'm putting a compilation of calls, and some of them he made offline that were pretty funny. So I mean, he just wants to bust my nuts. But
this one will not make. Well,
it's hard. It's hard to bust my nuts for two reasons. All right, the Rangers are in the playoffs, right, yeah. Dave?
Yeah,
and
yes, they are.
Metal behind the net, swings it in front. He's gone. Metal, defend Metal, and the Rangers have one more hill to climb, baby. But it's Mount Vancouver. The Rangers are headed to the final.
And that pretty much solves that problem, now, doesn't it?
That basically takes care of it.
Takes care of everything.
Basically, just wipes it all under the rug.
Everything. Your team. I think I got everything out. We're going to take calls in a little bit.
Let's get into it.
Probably because that other guy, your camera's acting up. Give it a quick refresh if you could. Just because
I think my wife just jumped on the internet. I'm going to kill her.
No, I think it has something to do. It's like it doesn't always you just refresh from there.
Yeah,
it doesn't always. Sometimes when people call it screws up your whole thing. Skype is not a perfect system.
Did it work?
I definitely want to take calls in PK Subban, but we also got to talk about the other big game in the NHL last night, the Nashville Predators versus the Chicago Blackhawks. Dave, I did not catch the first part. I did catch the second period when the Blackhawks started to put their comeback together. Is this correct? How many goals did they give up? Did what's his face give up?
Crawford gave up all three.
All three.
All three on 12 shots. He gave up 3.
And then.
And then Quenneville said, enough of this.
Okay, fair enough. But it creates a problem for you guys. You know that, right?
No, it doesn't. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Scott Darling came in. He was unbelievable. Stopped 42 shots, which is another problem altogether, but I don't even think that's a big deal.
Uh-huh.
Quenneville does not screw around. He is not, I'm sorry, he's not Vigneault.
Okay.
He's already stated Crawford will start game 2. Undoubtedly. So he's starting game 2.
Okay.
Even after he played a quarter, a period, and that was it.
All right.
And so he's out. But he'll be in for game 2, and he should bounce back nicely. If not, well, you got a 6'6" badass who makes some of the most unbelievable kick saves that I have ever seen. Period. I mean, if you go back and you watch the highlights of these saves that Scott Darling was making, they were unreal.
I think they're making the right move for the most part. I don't like screwing with
you got to put Crawford back in.
Well, it's not even that they pull. No, they don't have to put. They can go right with Darling if they want to. But here's the thing: they didn't make it a controversy. They got right in. Coach made the decision. This is why he's one of the best of all time. He made the decision. Let the media know all the controversies are puts the controversy to rest and doesn't give jerk-offs like you and me and Puck Daddy reason to doesn't give guys like Puck Daddy and stuff to second guess them all the time. That's really what it comes down to. So that being said, 718 718-395-7660, 718-395-7660. You can call us, Shot from the Point. We'll take your calls, and we'll talk about all the wonderful stuff that's going on in the National Hockey League. Real quick, I don't know if I should. We'll get into. Yeah, we'll do the tanking thing at the end because something came up that was sort of interesting.
Are we're done with the Hawks already?
Well, what else you got to say about the Hawks? No, go right ahead. No, actually, no, I don't have anything big. I thought you had something else.
Well, no, I got disconnected.
No, deliberately. I'll explain later.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. You understand? Yeah, we haven't done that in a long time. That's why.
Yeah. Just to sum up
Sure.
on the Hawks, very simple. Predators had a chance to steal this game, to win this game in convincing fashion. Didn't work out. They let the Hawks not only steal this game from them, but guess what? They just signed their names on a friggin' sweep. They're getting swept.
I don't think so. And
I do.
think they're going to take at least one game like I predicted. And there was time. I mean, look, Chicago came out a little flat. They may not make that mistake again. I said they're going to take one late or take one early. Hey, look, Chicago's trying to sign this year is getting lazy. And this team is not untalented by any means. And they ran around with the puck like Chicago wasn't even there. They got a great defense, guys that can carry the puck out of the zone. That what's his name? I tell you something else. Forsberg looked good last night. He looked very good last night.
Yes, he did.
So, I mean, that's something to be concerned about. I do not think they're going to roll. And I got to be honest with you. If they think they're going to roll, they had your attitude.
No, I don't know. See, I'm coming at it from a different way. I think they got their wake-up call in that first period.
Okay.
They realized real quickly they got to play.
Okay.
So
we got a call from a Devils fan, 360. Let's take a call from Devils fan 360. He looks familiar. Devils fan 360, you're on the air.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
How many calls do you think the refs are going to make tonight for hits on Crosby?
You know what? Something tells me Crosby's going to be invisible tonight. I think the Rangers know how to deal with him. I think Vigneault knows how to coach against them, and I believe that I believe the Rangers are going to deal with him. The only thing that I worry about a little is Yevgeny Malkin, who I actually think might be a better, more skilled player than Crosby, but he's been lazy too. So I'm not afraid of Crosby. Maybe I'm going by last year's series. I'm not terribly afraid of the guy. Should we be afraid of him? Devils fan 3000?
No, not really.
You know, you're much better when you put the computer on, but you know
that. Yeah, dynamite drop in.
Yeah. This guy's got old school mat timing.
Right?
Did the Devils make the play? Ding dong, the witch is dead. Yes, we lost our broadcast. All right, everybody, we're back. As far as I know, we're back right here. And I hope it doesn't do it that one time does. It keeps, they may go down real quick. I don't know if they'll even notice it. It looks like we got up fast enough. All right, we had a shutdown on the broadcast, let you know. Devils fan, what did you have to say before we have to go?
First, every time I say the word shot, I'm going to say it like Doc Emmerich. But that's just from now on. That's what I'm gonna do.
Doc Emmerich. Are you a big Doc Emmerich fan?
He's aight.
He's aight. You didn't grow up with him. You're a young guy, aren't you? Where are you from in Jersey? Are you in Jersey, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah? What part?
Like right near Newark. Like,
you know where I'm
30 minutes to 45 from Newark.
You grew up where I grew up in Woodbridge, dude.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, where are you from? Come on, tell me. I know you won't tell me because, like, you don't have to tell me the fucking street, dopey. But, like, what? I know you didn't. I could tell by the way you sound you didn't grow up in Newark.
No. I didn't grow up in Newark. I go there a lot, though.
Yeah, for what? Heroin? That was, like, the only way you get pulled over in the state of New Jersey if you're white. If just drive through, because the only possible reason you would ever have to be there is to buy heroin. So what do you
Can't help it. I'm chasing the dragon.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Let me check the broadcast real quick. I'm a little nervous about it. Let's see if we're on time here. I can tell by the way you. All right, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, Devils fan. I had absolutely enough of you.
Can I tell the one thing I saw on Instagram?
Sure. What did you see on Instagram?
All right. So I was looking at the suggested page or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I see this picture of Travis Zajac and Mike Camilleri, and they're at a signing, and behind them is a Patrick Elias jersey in a frame, a Travis Zajac jersey in a frame, and then next to the Zajac is a James Van Riemsdyk jersey in a frame. All three of them. That's a perfect line. We're getting James Van Riemsdyk this offseason.
How do you know? Wait, is that deal hasn't been done? No, it couldn't have been. You really think you're going to get James Van Riemsdyk?
Yeah.
You know,
look on Instagram. It's
but
a Leaf jersey.
I heard that's the one guy that Kyle Dubas is going to hold on to up there. That's what I've heard.
They don't have tampering laws in the NHL? Seems a little early for that. For sure.
For all I know, our big Devils fan fell for a damn Photoshop, you know?
It's a work!
No. It was like this. They were doing a signing in like a museum, and all those jerseys were perfectly aligned next to each other.
You know where James Van Riemsdyk is from?
Yeah.
So maybe he was just happened to be back home. He's from New Jersey, like Johnny Hockey. That's the next thing. Next thing you're gonna call us up and you're gonna say, "Oh, guess what? I think the Flames are gonna deal Gaudreau for Henrique."
Please, I just bought a Henrique jersey. Shit.
Did you really? Why'd you buy that? You might be getting rid of that. There's a guy that I think will probably be going. Rebuilding.
I have the worst luck with jerseys, by the way.
I will say this though about your team: expect Lou to do something interesting that we're talking about that we didn't expect, like the Schneider deal a couple years ago. Because
that is his MO.
You have maybe the best general manager in National Hockey League history, and I say that begrudgingly, but he is creative. Let's see if he's got any more.
So what if he likes to put 3 head coaches? Who gives a shit?
He makes headlines when he makes moves, man. He makes headlines. So, all right, I had enough of you and your devilness. You know, that's one of the best parts of being a Ranger fan with the Devils out of the. I don't have to deal with people like you. Go ahead. Take care. And good luck this year. Oh, that's right.
Hope nobody gets hurt in the offseason. Enjoy your beer leagues.
718-395-7660. Thanks a lot, Devils fan, for calling us in. You can Skype us a shot from the point. Boy, I'm having a little computer issues. A lot of skips and bumps, and you know that really distracts me.
Yes, it does.
I don't like being distracted. Call us, add us the thing, do whatever you got to do. And thank you, everybody else, for joining us. Yes, I'll be staying up and watching the Ranger game. I don't know if I'll be tweeting, though, because every time I start on the computer and not watch the game, I start downloading shit and doing stuff for the channel or uploading clips. So I think I'm actually, this time of year, Dave, this is when my leg starts to shake. Because
I'm just gonna watch the game, buddy.
I'm not an emotional fan. You know that. You like
no.
I'm thoughtful.
You are. You do a good job of trying to.
This time of year, if I do a good job this time of year, there's no control.
Yeah.
This time of year, there's absolutely no control. Now I'll be doing the leg. You do that with the leg? You do you shake it up and down like you're playing fucking double bass. With Lars Ulrich and Metallica in 1989. You know.
Yeah. Basically. Oh yeah. Definitely. I get the leg shake and everything starts moving around me. My wife gets all pissed off. I don't care though. It's a sports thing.
They had a goalie fight between the Utica Comets and the Binghamton Senators.
Utica and Binghamton, really?
Yeah, in the AHL. But they have goalie fights in the first round of the playoffs in the AHL. I think that says everything you want to know about that great league.
That's a way to kick it off.
I wish I lived near an AHL stadium. AHL's great. Pittsburgh boy, you're on the air.
What's up?
Oh yeah, that's right. Me and you are gonna get it on tonight. Feeling confident? Feeling cocky? I don't think so.
Yeah, not at all.
Well, I said it to you before. Face-offs, production from Kunitz and of Malkin. The Rangers are a beatable team, and I do say that begrudgingly. But the Rangers are a beatable team. I think. Am I right there, Dave? Am I off, or am I just trying to be?
You're beatable, but not against a team that has as many heart issues as the Penguins got. You can't be a soulless, gutless, spineless team like
and discipline issues. And honestly, the power play might end up killing you in the end. You know.
Yeah. I'm not trying to beat up on Pittsburgh, but if there's one team I'm disappointed in how they played down the stretch, it is the Penguins.
You know what? Though?
Way too much talent to be playing the way they played. They lost their heart in Letang, and it's just it. And they've been done since.
You know what?
Their defense.
That's a big. Well, Letang's your pass out of your own zone, which is probably one of the most important things besides goaltending you can do. Guess what, Pittsburgh boy? Guess what? Yevgeny Malkin's crawling into the program. Yevgeny Malkin, you're on the air. I have a big fan here for you.
Evgeny?
Tonight I need to tell you my secret Russian plan.
What's your plan?
Tonight I'm going to have Patrick Lundqvist hit me up with a pass at the blue line, and I'm going to go on a breakaway on Lundqvist.
Oh, where's the punchline, Evgeny?
Instead of shooting puck, I dive and break Lundqvist's leg against post.
Well, that's a good strategy.
It's one way to go it. The Russian rocket attack.
Jake's got competition with the fucking Russian accent now.
No, it's not a competition. This
Jake's
guy's
fired.
way
That guy's accent was a little better. I gotta be
It
honest.
was a lot better. It was a little better. Because Jake sounded like he's trying to do a Yakov Smirnoff impression, which just isn't hitting.
It's
really bad.
Here's another
Love you,
thing
Jake.
that I think. Here's one of the things that I would always do if I was coaching against the Devils or the who am I thinking of? The Penguins is to get under their skin because of their discipline issues. Rangers don't really have an agitator.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe the Pittsburgh can still find a way to get agitated, but they don't have an agitator. Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
There's
actually,
only one
they do have
person.
an
There's only
agitator.
one person on the Rangers I can't stand, and that's Zuccarello.
That's the only guy that comes close to being an agitator is Zuccarello.
Oh, no, they got another agitator.
Who?
Lundqvist. Lundqvist is
Yeah,
going to piss them off by stoning them.
Yeah,
Because, look,
but Wilson's not
Crosby
gonna
and
run his
Malkin,
mouth.
they don't like to be stopped. They don't like to be shut down. And when they get shut down, they're going to get agitated. And they're going to
That
be
could
little
be.
whiny girls, and the team's going to fall apart. And they're going to get swept.
How good do you think Lundqvist is going to be tonight, though? I'm a little worried. That's one of my big question marks is Lundqvist.
32 saves, no goals.
Whoa, Jesus. That's dead on. Dave said that. You ought to be
I
nervous
got
now.
nothing. I got
Really?
no respect for Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, Pittsburgh.
Really?
I love you, but
Oh, man. We do love you,
Penguins,
Pittsburgh.
I got nothing for them.
I mean, we do love you, Pittsburgh boy. I feel like I bashed your team. You know what? I never felt that way before because all we used to do, this show was founded on Crosby bashing.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
But
Back when I used to really like Sydney, too.
I like Pittsburgh boys so much that I feel uncomfortable. It's like,
Oh, you got in his heart.
It's
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah. It's like, it's like
Kinda
telling a racial joke at an NCAA meeting. You got to look both ways.
You mean NAACP?
And that's NCAA. Well, same thing, right?
Oh my God.
You got to look both ways. How does every black joke start? You look left, you look right. Yeah.
Look right.
NCAA. What was I thinking? That's how disconnected I am. All I do is read sports all day. I'm such a fucking loser. All right, Pittsburgh boy, I got a question for you though, brother. And we do love you, and we consider you a super fan for sure. What do you think the Pens got to do? Because I wouldn't go as far as Dave. I do think they have a chance.
Honestly, just try to avoid the stupid penalties. Build up that defense a little bit. Don't slack around like they've been all season, because that's all I've seen from them is slacking.
What do you think, Patrick Gwynn from South Jersey? What Pittsburgh's got to do to beat the Rangers?
Not put Marc-Andre Fleury in the net.
Yeah.
Have Pierre Maguire get out of Sidney Crosby's butt. Let's
Go hang out with Ottawa. Get the blessings of the Lord.
Inside Crosby's ass with Pierre Maguire.
God damn it.
You have to admit that guy sucks up the Crosby so much.
Oh, God. All right. Well, thanks for the call, Pittsburgh boy. I'm going to get to Pat now, but I had to bust your balls in the way.
All right, good. Let's have a good game tonight.
Hey, yeah, definitely good game. I hope nobody gets hurt. And
Definitely good game.
I'm serious about that. And that I'm not joking around about. Good luck,
Don't pull a Preds there, Pittsburgh.
Ooh, look who's bitter. Pat is bitter.
I'm not bitter. I just hate the Penguins.
I'm not bitter. It's a line in
I
the
don't
air.
hate your team as much as I hate them.
You got it. So, what are your feelings since your team is long out of it about tonight, about certain games going on tonight?
But my feelings are, Giroux's putt game looks pretty good.
How's the golf
He
course
slices
treating
a
him?
lot, but that's because he can't move around the course. Our game looks pretty good right now.
You guys are killing it today. Killing it, all of you. Well, I'm sure there's something that Ron Hextall. Did I tell you I was watching a Phantoms game on stream the other day, and Hextall was actually in the stands. So I mean, he didn't stop working. He's over there.
got all those young kids down there.
Let me ask you something. There was a guy in the Phantoms uniform that had the name Hexall. Is that his relative?
That's his son.
Get the fuck out of here. I didn't know that.
The strange story about that is my best friend growing up used to play with his son, and this was about 1996. I used to go to the games up at you know where I think is the name of the place that is.
Menon Arena?
No, it's Hollydale Ice Arena in Pittman.
Oh, where is it? Yeah, I've been there. No, I used to skate there. I know exactly where it is in Pittman. Yeah. That's real far south Jersey, though. It's by like Rowan University, right?
It's closer to Philly than anything.
Yeah. Okay, but go ahead.
But we were there, and I was over there watching the game, and I look off to my right, and Hexy's just sitting up there.
Oh, it's so cool.
Watching his son play.
He's one of those guys that gets starstruck around. I got to be honest with you, even though he's a flyer, I think.
You talk about being an envy. I had a Flyers puck with me, and I just walked up and said, "Mr. Hextall, can I get your autograph?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, kid."
Oh, really? He's that nice? He didn't hit you with a goalie stick or anything. Phil Kessel, you're on the air. Phil Kessel?
Hey, Tommy, you fat cocksucking motherfucker.
Fuck you. Go back to the computer.
Yeah,
I like that
go
better.
back to the computer.
I'm sorry, but the one before that was better.
Oh, come on. Come on. Go back to the computer. Let's see if he went back to the computer.
Put a little more work into it.
Yeah, go ahead. No, he's been good. I'm not going to jump on the kid. Go. Well, Phil Kessel, you're on the air.
Hey, Tommy, sorry, my chin hit the end button.
All right, he made up for it. They can't help me good, but that was awesome.
Tommy, what did I tell you last week before the playoff starts? Power play. Chicago's power play went what, 2 for 4 last night?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Really
you ain't kidding.
And they were 17% during the year.
Look, I don't doubt for a minute the Hawks can take this team. All right, but I tell you something. There's good players on this hockey team, and if the Hawks don't take it seriously, they won't move on. These kids, they dominated most of the NHL most of the season. They're not used to it. They don't have a ton of playoff experience. They have a damn good goalie. That is not a team you want to take lightly. The reason I think the Hawks will go on is because they will not take them lightly because they know not to do that. And that's
they can't now. They can't now. They may have taken them lightly. They can't now. They got jumped on.
Yeah, and maybe Dave's right. They sweep. I think they're going to steal one game from them in. I think they'll steal one game from them in Nashville, and that's about it.
And the announcers mentioned this last night too. Mm-hmm. This may be the last chance that the Hawks have to win another cup because they're going to have to unload some major pieces because of those contract extensions.
Well, they did say that. They said that 2 years ago. They managed to only get rid of Nick Leddy. So I mean, is that going to be the case this year? I mean,
I don't see it being the case.
I don't know. I mean,
they might lose a couple pieces, but they're stocked. They're stocked in the minors.
You know who was a good guy for them? Hjalmarsson.
Yeah, but I mean, like a cat.
Still with them?
I'm not. Yeah,
he's still with us.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still with us. In fact, he scored last night.
I wasn't really paying attention this year, but now I am because they're in the.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if Capkeek's still around because the guy who ran it passed away, and I'm not one of those. I don't like the general manager part of the game. It just doesn't interest me. I'm more into like the players. But it'd be interesting to see if you're right, if we could look that up somehow. But I mean, I don't think Capkeek, I could even check right now, even exists anymore. That's an interesting. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think you buy that, Dave. But
no, they might have to cut a couple players, or they might have to restructure some contracts. So. I mean,
how old is Kane and Tays? Like 26 and 27.
27, yeah.
Yeah, I really.
The reason I said something is because the guys on the call in the game last night mentioned it.
They mentioned it. They mentioned it during the game.
I don't see it being a big problem because even if we have to lose some of the talent that we have, we got some young kids under contract, and plus there's minors are stacked. I mean, we gave away a guy to the Rangers because our damn minor leagues were so stacked. He turned out to be a pretty damn good player for you in Hayes.
Well, I am sad to report.
So you pulled the Philadelphia Flyers with Justin Williams and Patrick Sharp.
Capkeek is down. Of course, the guy who ran the website passed away, a young man, recently. But nobody, I guess, really could be able to pick up the ball and run with it because that would be actually we may not like sort of buy what you're saying or like, but it's a good point if it's true that they're going to have cap issues.
Well, they're going to be up against the cap again. There's no question about that.
Yeah, well, look at the Boston Bruins. They won Stanley Cups. So a lot of those guys are paid a little bit more than they normally would be paid if they weren't on as good a team as the Bruins were. Chicago's got the same thing. Chicago's got the same problem. You got to overpay these guys to keep them there. Go ahead. What do you say?
Talking about major cap nightmares. But back to the Flyers. Have you heard the shots that LeCavalier, Berube, and Hextall have been taking at each other?
Yeah, I was. I knew LeCavalier has made some, and I'm surprised I didn't report that. I don't know how that got lost. I don't know if you know this, Dave, but LeCavalier, he's as much as said that he may not come back if Craig Berube's still there. So that's a pretty bad sign. And I think that'll get. I think that'll get him.
Backed up Berube saying, "Well, if you don't perform, you don't get the ice time."
Yeah, I can't see Ron Hextall putting up with that shit. All right, kid, get out of here. He's not really even a kid anymore. But maybe this is LeCavalier's way to get out of there. That did not work out for him.
It's not the best way to go about it.
It says a lot about his character. I got to be honest with you. You know, the coaches.
I mean, the guy's been with us for 2 years, and he scored a grand total of 12 goals.
Yeah, I know. Where does he get off pushing people around? It's not 2004. This is not the Tampa Bay Lightning. You're not a star anymore.
Yeah. This is the wrong move.
If you know one thing about Philadelphia fans, if you're not hustling, if you're not giving 100% out there, you're going to hear it from us.
All right. Listen, I got to get moving. I put you on too long.
All right. I'm going to get out of here so you get some more calls.
All right. Take care.
Good luck.
All right. I love you to death, but I had to go. The Army's calling. Army, you're on the air.
Tommy, this is Major Ted Nolan. We need you to get back out here and
screw you. Go back to the computer. That was a bad move to tell him to go away from the computer. This is Major Ted Nolan.
At least he tickles you.
He does. You're not editing. Oh, come on. The chin thing was good.
The chin thing was okay.
Oh, come on. This is tough work. All right.
I'm hard to please tonight.
You look miserable. You look absolutely miserable. Let's check out some of the. Let's check out some other stories and see if
something wrong with my face. It's
you?
Good.
Well, we could end it tonight or something. Yeah, maybe I'm a little tired too. If you're not having fun, if you're not having fun, I'm not having fun.
I'm always having fun. Look at me, having fun.
I think we covered the big stuff. We covered just about everything.
Yeah.
Braden Court.
I got a couple of things.
You want to do the Puck Daddy thing?
We can get that.
No, because I didn't read that whole article, and apparently,
I think you got to read the whole article first.
All right, you know what though?
Because I think it's going to change your stance.
Let me just put this out here. All right, Puck Daddy put out an article that I was sort of critical of itself a little bit. They let a fan write a column, and how much he went on to say that he thinks it's disgusting. They went on and started tanking, and how tanking became a word for really rebuilding because it's not truly tanking, something that we've been talking about. And it was on Puck Daddy. It was on Puck Daddy. I didn't get to read. I was on my way to school. I sent it to the guys in the chat, and I was just like, hey, check this out. This guy must have read. But apparently that changed towards the end of the article. Correct, Dave?
It's right in the middle of it. The first two paragraphs, he might have been talking about how the media was glorifying what tanking was. But then he quickly goes into why he hates his team now, why he hates the Sabres, because them, Edmonton, and Arizona all flat out tanked, and he was saying undeniably tanked, which is simply not friggin'
true. Yeah, but
true.
it's also contradictory. The column is also contradictory from the first part of the column, saying that the tanking has become a word for rebuilding. You know what I mean?
What he was doing in the early part of the article, he was actually stating what people misconceive tanking for, but he said in this case, it is tanking. He said this is not what's going on. What's happening now is tanking, and he was wrong. He's just wrong.
No, he's not. He is wrong. Interesting that Puck
100%
put it
wrong.
up. All right, but here's the thing. I thought the thing. I wish I could have got back and read it because that's the thing. I read the first part, and I hope to catch the next when I came home from school.
You got 20 minutes. That's a long thing.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
He just kept typing.
It looked really interesting. Sounds like he didn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he did say he was a casual fan. Here it is from Puck Daddy on the same article. Editor's note: a fan's guest column posted earlier Thursday has been removed by Puck Daddy blog and Yahoo Sports. The column was the fans' view of the Buffalo Sabres 2014-15 season. The author of the column engaged with other fans on social media upon publication. The author's social media activity is unacceptable and does not represent the views of Puck Daddy or Yahoo Sports. What'd he do? Hit on a chick? Greg? But I find that weird. I mean, what I saw was, all right, they put out an article critical of themselves, and then they found a way to take it down because what did he call somebody a fag or something like that?
See, that's the thing. The article was not critical of them at all. It really wasn't. It wasn't even.
He must have said some horrible racist, homophobic stuff online.
He might have after, because he was getting blown up in the comment section after.
Yeah.
Because everyone was just ripping him apart. Because there was one guy who went point by point and just blew him to pieces.
He did say he was a casual fan, though.
Yeah, but you cannot write. A casual fan cannot make the statements that he was making in the longevity of what he was doing.
I got to be honest with you. I would respect a Buffalo Sabres fan if they said, this whole I know what they were doing. I don't think they were tanking. Or if I do think they were tanking, I think it unfairly puts the players in a bad light. It really makes me sick, this whole Connor McDavid thing. I'm on the same page with you, buddy. I think that's right. I'm disgusted by the thing, too. And if I was a Buffalo Sabres fan, if the Rangers did this, I'd be outraged. I mean, fucking outraged. I mean, I wouldn't even want to talk hockey. I mean, that's how disgusted I would be if this was my own sort of red, white, and blue Rangers, who I think is this. I mean, come on, every team, especially if you're like a Habs fan, like I see the Rangers as like an elite team, like one of the Pride original 6 teams. If they did something like this, so Bush League, it would just really bother me. So
and it should. A lot of media outlets, what they're trying to say now is nobody is advocating tanking. What we're saying is we understand what the fans are cheering for. That's horseshit. That's absolute horseshit, because what the fans are cheering for is still tanking. At the end of the day, it's still tanking. Yes, they're cheering for the possibility of getting Connor McDavid. Well, to make your possibility of getting him greater, it's tanking. No. You're losing to get a better spot. That's what you're saying. And
yeah.
So the media just the whole thing is just one vicious circle of shit. Now, kids, if you want to see what tanking is, Philadelphia 76ers, Miami Heat last night. Go watch that. That's tanking. That was tanking.
Yes, sir.
Disgusting.
Sir. What do you got? And then we'll close it out.
A couple of quick notes for the games. Braden Coburn, he's going to return for the Lightning after missing a few weeks.
Yeah, who cares?
And Justin Abdicator.
Abdicator for Detroit Red.
He will miss Game 1 versus the Lightning with a hand injury.
That's a guy that the Wings need on all functions. I think the Bolts. I took the Bolts in 4. I think they're going to blow them out the building. Ooh. I really do. I think the Bolts are going to blow. This is the end of the Toronto Maple Leafs or the Detroit Red Wings. It already is the end of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm so sick of it. That's one of the best things about this. I don't have to hear Connor McDavid's name all that much, and I don't got to hear the fucking Leafs name. All I got to hear is about one crazy ass night in the National Hockey League, which I'm very, very proud of, Dave. It was a very good night. Do you have anything else, buddy?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's about all I got.
Oh, okay. That's about
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. Let's get this moving. I'm ready for hockey. It was a great night in the National Hockey League. As crazy as the refereeing was, it was still entertaining. I gotta be honest with you, hockey's better when it's haywire. I live a life of chaos, and so
you like
should
a little
everybody
chaos,
else. Yeah, I live a little bit chaotic. Not as much as some people we know, but
burn it to the ground.
not as much as some people know. Last night in the National Hockey League, PK Subban ejected from Game 1 after slashing Ottawa's Mark Stone. But the Habs managed to overcome the Sens in one wild hockey game. 4-3 is your final score for the Habs. Young guys Strome, Nelson, and Josh Bailey shoot up the Caps 4-1. Caps came out strong, I thought. Braden Holtby had kind of a game. He let some stuff go that I didn't think he really should have. And well, guess what? Nick Leddy is here, and he wants to comment about his game last night. I got Nick Leddy on the line. Nick, great game last night.
Oh, thank you. I just met this really hot girl online, and she says hockey players make her horny. So I think this one's legit.
I think that's the girl for you. You should probably buy her a ring. What do you think?
If you like it, put a ring on it. No question.
Yeah. You're better with one-liners, buddy. Stick to one-liners.
By the way, what I got to say about the Caps is, sure. I meant to say it earlier. This is what the Caps do, by the way. Yeah. This is what they do. They go out early. They choke like dogs. They go out early. This is a team that should make a run. Mm-hmm. They're not. The same Caps, same Ovi. They're going out early.
They're going out early. Yeah, it is because
you can't let a game get away.
I got to be honest with you. I didn't like the way Holtby played, and
I didn't really like the way the defense played.
The young guys came out strong. I think that's a statement. You got Bailey Nelson. Brock Nelson scored the first goal of the 2015 playoffs. We put that clip right here for you. Shot from the point hockey. So now you're kind of backing out of it. I took the Isles anyway. I think we're talking. We haven't seen it in a while. We're seeing Isles Rangers, and that may be epic. Scott Darling. Goalie replaced Corey Crawford after the first period. Oh, yeah, let's put the screen up there. After the first period, he went on top, a perfect 42 saves. Blackhawks come back from a 3-goal deficit. They beat the Preds 4-3 in double overtime. Why didn't I write who had the game-winning goal? That would have been smart, right?
Was
I don't know.
was it Bickle? No.
Yeah, Stu Bickle?
Was it Bickle?
Yeah. Oh, my God,
Yeah,
I
I think
didn't
it
write
was
that name
Bickle.
down. That's funny. Chris Russell, big goal late for the Flames. They take the Canucks 2-1 in a very, very exciting hockey game if you stayed up for it, or if you were, I don't know, on the left coast over there and watching it. But that looks like it's going to be a good series. I thought it was. I got the Flames over the Canucks. I think they're going to take them by surprise. You know?
Yeah.
That's right. Looks like we got 4 games for the rest of the first round. That's right.
Doodly doodly.
Doodly doodly is right. I'm excited. You're excited. But tonight, it starts. I'll be there. I hope you're there. The Pittsburgh Penguins are in. The winners of the whole damn NHL, the winners of the President's Trophy, the New York Rangers take on the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Let's get it on. Detroit Red Wings, they're in Tampa to start their blowout. I'm telling you, Dave. I'm telling you.
It's very possible.
I'm
Losing
telling you.
Abdicator is not good.
No.
It's a bad loss.
I think Babcock's name has gotten too old in the locker room. That's what it tells me. You know what I
A little
mean?
long in the tooth. That's
Yeah,
possible.
it's kind of. I'd love to see the guy in Toronto next year. And believe me, I bet Kyle Dubas would like to see it happen too.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah. 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. The Minnesota and the Dubnik. They get it on with the St. Louis Blues. That's sure to be a good series.
That's going to be an amazing series.
That's either going to be an amazing series or it's going to be like something dumb. It's like going to be a bad one. I think
Minnesota's got a chance to steal one tonight. You got a rookie in goal. I know Allen's been really good. I'm glad that they're going with him. But a rookie in goal, first playoff game, they got a chance to take this and really change the whole course of the playoff series tonight.
Could be epic. Listen, every game from now on, I mean, take the PK Subban thing that happened last night. Everything from now on is history that'll be remembered. That's the most important thing. All the history books are getting written tonight. 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, the late night game. The Winnipeg Jets, they get the Winnipeg Jets. They take on the Anaheim Ducks. I'm getting distracted here, and that's it. I think I had it. I'm getting tired. I think that's what it is too.
We're tie.
Yeah. I'm like kind of exhausted. What do you think, Devils fan?
Think about what?
I don't know. What do you think?
You called.
You called, douche. You know what I think?
Are you gonna do a show during the games? That sounds pretty good idea.
What?
Just thought of that.
He wants to watch the games.
He's joking with this stupid. He got us.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch the game tonight. And I'm gonna say, "Get out of my crease!"
Still in your